What's up, everyone, and welcome to the unboxing of the Tremec. I got a T56 with loads of parts, and I have no idea how I'm gonna cut this all together. So it could be that some parts are incoherent, or some parts are just mismatched, etc. I don't really know yet. As of right now, I've got a part list, everything that comes with it, and just to give a little insight to this, this is a T56 Tremec that I ordered through American Powertrain, which is branded on the box, everything. I kind of started looking into getting this transmission about 3 years ago-ish. I've constantly been looking into it, like how I can make stuff, how it can actually add stuff up. But unfortunately, it was fairly difficult to get all that together. But then I reached out to American Powertrain, and these guys helped me out a bunch. Like, I'm not even kidding. They made everything so easy for me. Like, this is the kit, this is what you need, this is what you want, and this everything that goes with it. So it took everything out of it, of like the guessing part. And now I have the full kit available, and hopefully next week I'll be going to a friend or a mechanic who can help me install this stuff. And well, let's just get started with this. So first of all, first thing I have here is a parts list, like a manifesto, everything that goes with it, a little explanation on what it does and what it doesn't. So without further ado, let's actually get into this. Again, I want to thank these guys, American Powertrain. They have been nothing short but amazing to me in this process. Let me just... There we go. Ooh. It's a box inside of a box. Let's see what we got here. All right, first up on top, this guy. Let me just pick this up partially because I can almost guess what this is, and you want to keep this one tidy. Yeah, it is. This is the cryogenic slip yoke, drive shaft slip yoke, which is basically this part goes onto your drive shaft, this part goes into your transmission, and it makes it so that it mates up correctly. Because if you look into here, different gears, different gearing ratios, like every transmission can have its own. I believe most of them use 28, but not everyone does. Let's put this one there. Now, this one, judging by the size of it, I'd say this is the ladder seal cross member. So first of all, let me... that one. Let's go. I'm trying to do this as carefully as I can because I have to box this stuff up again to bring the mechanic. And you don't want to bring damaged parts. So this unboxing video is 50-50 me just checking if I have all the parts and actually wanting to do an unboxing. Yep, and that's the drive of the ladder steel cross member. Yep. And here you have all the bolts that go with it. Basically, this stuff keeps it in position, make sure that, it doesn't go or walk anywhere. And this is the cross member itself. Like, this is in between a rail solution. So you basically mount this up beneath your transmission. This is basically your mount. And there's a polyurethane bushing that goes on top of here. So this is honestly one of the better ones I've seen to date. Let me just put this back into this little bubble. I'll tape it up back later. But as of right now, that's the ladder steel cross member. Let me just check it off the list. Then I have, yep, that's what I mentioned just before, the polyurethane. Yeah, this is the transmission mount made from polyurethane. This part actually goes, the bottom side goes onto the ladder, and the top part actually mounts to your transmission itself, or the other way around, depending on what your configuration is. I'll most likely put this part down and this part up to the transmission itself. Polyurethane bushing is there so when you have vibrations or stuff in your transmission or whatever, because you know it's moving parts, it vibrates slightly. This basically takes out some of that or most of it if all goes to plan, and it makes it so that basically you don't have a very extremely wobbly ride whenever you shift gears or whatever, which currently with my C4 transmission that I have, it's 4-speed Hurst. It vibrates like crazy. Like, yeah, it's not even funny anymore. So let me just check that one off the list as well. Transmission mount made from polyurethane. And next up is, let's see. I should have a pilot bearing, which is this little guy. Let me see if I can get a better look on that. That is the pilot bearing that comes with it. Let me see real quick. Pilot bearing stainless roller is pre-packed with grease because, of course. Let me see what else we got. Supposed to have some electronics here. This seems to be, yeah, the reverse lockout. Basically, this little thingy makes it so that when you go backwards into, no, I'm saying it wrong. This part basically causes that you're going through first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, that you can go into reverse by accident. So this usually hooks up to either the brakes or transmission or anything else you want to put in there. Like you can even have it switch toggled if you'd like. But honestly, this is stuff that makes it so that you do not suddenly go into reverse while you're driving in fourth, fifth, or whatever. Let's put that right there. And that's the reverse lockout control. Then we have, it's not it. What I'm looking for, they pack this really well. Like, I don't know if this really translates to, you know, the video, because this is the first time I'm doing something like this. Let me see. I'm looking for a very specific part right now. This, I believe, is, nope. See real quick. Yeah, this is the backup light. Like, it has a dedicated plug that fits into Tremec on the right side of it. You plug it in, and basically this tells your rear lights to basically go on. That's it. It's a very simple thing. It's a reverse light harness, and it's weather sealed because a lot of people don't realize it. Like, you get a lot of grime and a lot of stuff on your transmission while driving, especially, you know, the older cars, they don't have any skid plates or anything on the bottom of it. So, yeah, the weather seal is really good.
If you guys like this type of content, let me know. Like, comment, and subscribe.
All right, let's see if I have more parts here. Nope. Then we have this, I believe, yeah, a speedometer. This is digital speedometer, which if you have a classic car, this basically translates to if you have a Dakota Digital or anything like that, that basically makes it so that you can actually have your speed sensor be the correct way. Only, here's the fun part. I talked to Drew over at American Powertrain saying, like, look, right now I still have the classic deluxe interior, but in the near future, I want to upgrade to a Dakota Digital, which is, as the name says, a digital speedometer. He said, oh, you know what? I've got a solution for you. I'll just pack 2 different plugs. It'll be grand. You'll be set. This is the digital one for when I upgrade to the Dakota digital gauges. But at the same time, he also gave me this. And this is basically the analog version of that. You're basically saying this part, this goes into your transmission. Well, let me see if I can focus here. There we go. This part goes into your transmission. This part, the rear, goes into your cable, like your cable latches on here. And that's it. It's that simple. Like plug this thing. Oh, sorry, it's the other way around. You plug this side, the rear, you plug this into your, transmission, put it down, lock it in. There's actually a lock-in pin there, like you guys can see, and some O-rings just to make sure everything stays tidy. Now, this is the best part of the unboxing. This is the American Powertrain exclusive shifter knob. Well, let's see if I can open it up. I can show you guys. Again, I'm not sponsored by American Powertrain, but I do love what these guys do. Like, let me focus here. That's American Powertrain. There you go. And here on the top, let me see if I can get it. There we go. And this is what I'm talking about. You go into 6th gear, but if you go into reverse, you'll need the lockout, and that basically says you can go in. Kind of like a nightclub. But there we go. We'll put that here. Then for the other side, when you have analog gears, you have a gear ratio. The gear ratio is kind of important because if you do not have the correct amount of gears, your cable, your speedometer cable, will wind in a certain amount of time and saying, oh, you're putting out 20, 30, 40, whatever. But if your gear is not the right one, you're going to get a wrong reading, meaning that you think you might be doing 20 or 30, but in actuality, you're doing 60 or 70. Like, this is really extreme, but this happens because this part, as you can see, it's geared. Let me see if I can get you guys a better look. Because this thing is geared, it goes into your, let's see. There we go. You can see it's geared. Has all sorts of grooves in there. Come on. There we go. Focus. Let me do it like this. There we go. Now you can see the gears. So that is really important, that it's the right amount, right gear ratio, right everything. Otherwise, you'll be getting faulty or even messed up speed timings. Now, you have some standard O-rings that also come in the package because you'll need to seal some parts up. I do not know which parts exactly, but they're there. And then we have the 10-inch chrome. I'm going to leave this one in the plastic, guys. This is the 10-inch chrome shifter. Basically, it goes in like this. It has a slight curve to the left because if you have the Tremec in the car, it will not be sitting straight. And it'll be tilted like this slightly towards the driver's side. But because this part is also in and of itself tilted, you have a much easier way of grabbing on while you're driving and having a smooth ride overall. So there's that. Then we have some mounts to trans. Like you can see, these are beefy boys. These basically go from transmission to transmission mount. These are really important because, yeah, if you fuck that up, you're basically dragging your transmission over the ground. This seems to be bolts for either the flywheel or the indexing plate, because every transmission is a little bit different. You're going to have different plates to basically make sure that everything you do is on the up and up. These are about 2.5 inch. So I'm guessing this goes on to the bell housing. I believe these are the bell housing screws, or not screws, bolts that go in there. They're quite beefy. They're indexed with torque, which is good. And then in here is the Hydromax. Oh, yeah. This is the hydraulic. Wait, let me do this correctly so you guys can see. This is the Hydromax hydraulic throw-out bearing. And this is a work of art. I'm not even going to lie on that. Like, these are a couple of shims just in case you need it. But this is a throw-out bearing. Like, normally you have a fork, you have a plate, you have loads of different stuff. But this guy works on hydraulics, so you don't really need him. And at the same time, like, this is why American Powertrain is so good at what they do. They have different throw-out bearings, but this is the mount that goes on there because you need to slide it on top of there. It'll index, it'll do everything. And the good part is, again, I'm not sponsored by them, but I do love what they do. And basically they make it so that you get everything in the kit that you're supposed to get in the kit and make sure that everything you do is correct. Like, there's no guessing work anymore. They take that out of it. This is a document of the reverse lockout control module installation instructions. So there should be, there we go. This is the control box. Like, there's nothing fancy on this. Like, let me see. Show you guys. It's control box. It's weather sealed. It has set, parts. It says PO5 solenoids. What else is on here? 12-volt power, 12-volt ground, reference, USS. Like, there's loads of different stuff on here, but this is for the mechanic because this is, honestly, this is way above my skill level at this point. I'm not afraid to say it. Again, guys, if you're not comfortable doing an upgrade on your car, there is no shame whatsoever to just say, you know what, I'm going to go see a mechanic and let him do it for me. No shame. And if you're smart, at least this is what I always try to get, a little bit of extra stuff going around. I usually ask the guy, like, hey, is it okay if I'm present while you're repairing this? That way I can actually learn what you're doing. And surprisingly, a lot of people in the Netherlands and in Germany are like, yeah, sure, whatever. So, treat your mechanics nicely, guys. So, let me get this on camera as well. That smoke. Oh, starting to run out of space. Let me grab this one real quick. Put it to the side. And grab this one out. Now, this seems to be the... Let's see. Yeah, these are the hydraulic lines. Because once you go to a T56, you're actually going to have to upgrade loads of different parts that you didn't originally think about. And one of them is your clutch pedal. And if you have classic cars, I have to see if I can... There you go. Let me get some contrast. I should get another color of the table on top here. This is basically a under-dash hydraulic system. So this mounts up under your dash without any other problems. It'll have a slave, it'll have a master, it'll take care of everything. But the good part about this is you don't need to drill, you don't need to go outside. This just goes into your standard hole. No, that's not what she said. But basically, this is a done deal solution for this. You can put this in under your dash and you're done. But again, it's hydraulics based, so you do need to bleed the lines and everything that comes with it. So do take note of that. Again, there's no shame if you can do something to ask for help or ask for a certified mechanic to actually do it for you. And I know some of my friends are like, no, I can do it myself. And then they end up, making it worse and having to pay the mechanic more. This, I believe, oh yeah, judging by the weight, is going to be my clutch. Like, I have a new pressure group. Let's see real quick. This is pressure plate assembly, disc, alignment tool, pilot bearing, release bearing, and tech bulletin. And this only has a pressure plate, disc, and alignment tool. Does not have a pilot bearing in it, not a release bearing, nor a tech bulletin, because we already had that. So, let's see. Ooh, I always love these. Like, these are mats. You put them in, you air them out, and they basically take the entire shape of the product. This is my new clutch plate, which looks Not gonna lie, this looks amazing, especially compared to what I have in it right now, because I'm not saying it's a piece of shit. I'm just saying, well, yeah, this is the alignment tool that so many of us are so extremely familiar with. And this is I believe this is a McLeod. Yeah. And this is my new pressure group. Let me just get this better shot. This is my new pressure group. I'll put it back in because if I fuck this up, it's going to be expensive. We don't want that. There. So again, I didn't have to look for what clutch works, what pressure group works, whatever. I just told Powertrain, like, look, this is my engine, this is my car, this is what I'm planning with it. And they took care of the rest. And that's, if you guys are into cars, you know that's nothing short of amazing. So let me clean this up real quick, and I'll be with you guys in a minute. There we go. So again, let's go over the parts that we currently have from American Powertrain at once. We have the hydraulic clutch pedal with the hydraulic lines. We have the hydraulic throwout bearing here, the O-rings. We have the control module insulation, or just control module, the shifter knob, 10-inch shifter rod, backup lights, polyurethane bushing for the crossbar. We have the electronic speedometer cable. We have the normal speedometer cable is in the other pack. We have the speedometer cable and another speedometer cable, pilot bearing, the cryogenic. For that, I always mess this one up. This is the cryogenic hardened yoke for the drivetrain, backup light, mounted trans, documentation that we're going to need for several other things, and we have a transmission mount. So let me get the other box and let's see what we can do from there. Go back. This one. Yes. So this is the other package I got from them. So let's see what we can do here. It says QuickTime on the outside, so I'm taking a very, very wild guess. And this is going to be the bell housing. Fun fact, a lot of people don't know, but QuickTime bell housings are actually made by Holley as well. So it's going to be funny because almost every upgrade in my car involves Holley in one way, shape, or form. Now, there we go. There you can see the speedometer cable that I was talking about earlier. This side goes into your, this one goes in, I'm sorry. This side goes into your control module. This side goes into the transmission side, like it locks on, has a little nut in there. And this is one of the parts that I almost forgot to tell you guys about. When you order from American Powertrain, you're going to get more than just the stuff you thought you need. Because even though I just ordered a transmission, they gave me loads of transmission fluids so I can flush the system before I get it. Also, a DOT4 motor vehicle brake fluid that came with it. And there's another one. And another one. And if my math is right... Oh, thought there would be more. Now, this piece of beauty is the bell housing itself. Now, if you guys order from American Powertrain, again, these guys will make it so that everything in your entire build is up and up. It's correct. It's made the way it should be. Because I did not know this before, but if you have a 302, a 351 Windsor, a 289, whatever, they share the same bolt patterns. But once you get to a 351 Cleveland, or you get to a 351 Windsor, or no, I'm sorry, when you get to a 351 Cleveland or a 351M, which are rare, which is the engine that I have, or a 427, 428, 429, they all have different bolt patterns. So they create specific ones to your needs. So when you're ordering from them, be sure that you mention, like, this is my car, this is how much horsepower I'm making, this is what I'm planning on doing with it. Because if you're going to have a drag car or you're going to have a street car, those are two very wildly different things you can do with it. But again, go to Drew, ask for Drew. He usually does the sales. And to be fair, that guy has been nothing but amazing to me. Now, let's see. Hey, there we go. See? More fluids. And these are synthetic formula transmission fluids, because we're going to need these to actually fill them up. These are 4 quarts. There we go. And let's see what's... I'm not going to take this one out. This is my flywheel. Or at least, is this 14 by 14? Oh no, this is the indexing plate. This is basically the plate that tells you, yo, you need to be at this position with your T56. You need to do this, rotate it that much, because normally your transmission is in dead straight. But if you have a T56 or whatever, they're usually tilted to one side slightly, because that makes, shifting easier and everything. They actually have, and I talked to Drew about this and other people who are actually well informed. The amount of technology that goes into this stuff is nothing short but amazing. At least to me, I'm a nerd. What do you expect? So that's my indexing plate. And this is, I believe, this is the thing that goes behind the flywheel. Like, this is the part that the bell housing knocks into. Man, this is amazing. Like, I saw my previous one, it's shot the shit because it's old, but this is actually thick, beefy boy. It's about 2 millimeters thick. It comes with, again, all the bolts you'll ever need and more, because, these guys really, I wouldn't say over-engineered everything, but they engineered it to a point where it's like, yeah, you don't have to worry. We got you. We got everything you should need. And that's basically the stuff that comes with the transmission itself. But let's go on to the transmission itself.
If you guys like this type of content, let me know. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Okay, so now for the actual main event. And I'm not gonna lie, this thing weighs as much as I do, which is, yeah, I need to train more. Oh, apparently. There we go. Look at that. Wow, that actually looks great. Let me set up the camera a little bit better so you guys can actually see. There we go. Put the light a little bit closer. Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, the new and improved Tremec T56. This thing is amazing. Of course, just like the rest, comes with stickers, comes with instructions and everything. Unfortunately, I cannot put this in myself because at the moment I don't have a bridge. But no oil in transmission, caution. Shift lever bolts, everything packed exactly as needed. Let's see if I can actually. Oh. That's smooth. That is tight. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I come from an original 4-speed 1969 Mustang, and this, oh God, this is actually, ooh, look at this. And again, fully provided by American Powertrain, not sponsored, but these guys are so amazing at what they do, and their customer service is extremely well done. So I have no issue repping them. Oh, look at that. Damn. And for the people who are interested, I am going to try and 3D scan this one. And you guys might be wondering, like, why the hell would you 3D scan it? Well, because I'm a very big believer in basically having 3D models available where somebody who, for example, doesn't know yet if this T56 is gonna fit in their Mustang without modification, and I believe, judging by the size, the width, everything, this might just fit in my Mustang without any alterations, because it's not a lot wider than my regular 4-speed from Hurst. So I do believe that this can actually, yeah, this should fit without any sort of modification whatsoever. But guys, if you guys own a classic 1969 or 1960s Mustang in general, this feeling, like, I used to own a 2010 or 12, I'm not entirely sure anymore, GT 500, like fully black. I'll put his photo on the screen. It was basically a badge. I know it's a bad thing, but hey, we were all young ones. This feels tighter than that. Like, I'm not even joking. This feels a hell of a lot tighter. Oh God, this is so good. This is amazing. Like, I'm lost for words. That doesn't happen very often. And you guys might be wondering, like, why did I have two pigtails? Like, I had a digital pigtail and I had an analog pigtail. That's for a very simple reason. Right now, I own the standard tachyometer, I own the standard speedometer and everything, but I'm planning to upgrade to Dakota Digital in the next year. So I asked Drew, who helped me amazingly throughout this entire build. I asked him, like, yo, can you guys, like, help me out? Like, what do I need? What I need to do? And he said, oh, no problem. We'll just throw it in. Like, it's that simple. Again, if you guys are looking to upgrade your transmission or anything driveline related, go to American Powertrain. Like, these guys are amazing.
And again, thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to see more of the stuff that I do, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.